How's it going, YouTube watchers? Have I ever mentioned my channel name in any of my videos? I don't even hardly remember what it is. That's how much I look at my videos and stuff. I may want to change my channel name because I'm sure the first words of my channel may come off kind of, since YouTube isn't too keen on firearms and stuff. That's why I kind of stopped showing firearms on my channel, because YouTube doesn't like that stuff, even though there's other channels that are strictly firearm channels that like thrive. But this channel is kind of veered away from that, and that's more my personal private stuff that if you sneak on this property you're gonna find out. But anyway, that's I digress. That's something else. So basically what I'm doing here is I went to the store, O'Reilly's, and this is the return line for this engine. This is regular fuel hose, non-fuel injection, because it's the return side. So I feel like it doesn't need fuel injection for the return side. I've got 8 feet right here. And basically this is going to be a temporary setup just to move this truck and make sure everything works, and possibly take it to get it aligned to see if all this front stuff and everything is in order and kosher. But basically I bought some of these fuel injection clamps right here, put one on there and just kind of snugged it down pretty tight, not too crazy. I got to jack this truck up because somebody lowered it and you can't really fit under it right now. I'm gonna just try to run it to the return, because the return don't have a filter on it. It's just one straight line from the engine to the return on the tank. I gotta kind of see what I'm gonna do about the tank side, because it has the plastic lines, the nylon or plastic lines that come off to the side, and it's just a straight line that goes into those with like a little flare. I don't have that part, so I'm wondering if I could bypass, go straight to the tank, go straight to the fuel pump, and plug these into the fuel pump, if they'll just snap right on like the plastic lines do. I don't know. And some dummy went ahead and put the bed on, so this is going to be really hard to do. I'm going to have to jack the truck up and crawl all under it and be uncomfortable as hell doing it, but I'm going to do it. So I only got the return side because they did not have 8 feet of fuel injection hose there at O'Reilly's, my O'Reilly's. They didn't have 8 feet. He had way less. And this, I think this is 5/16. I don't even think they had that size, but he said in about a week they should get a big truck coming in. He said there should be some rolls of fuel line on it. He said it should have some 5/16 fuel injection line. And we're going to hope that right there will hold up to 60 PSI or whatever these motors run at. 50 to 60, 40 to 60. 60 being max, I think. I think it will. I don't know if I can double up on the clamps right there. But an 88 Corvette that I used to own, my second car, my first truck when I was 16 was a Nissan hardbody, extended cab Nissan 2-wheel drive pickup truck with the V6. Then the second, I'd say my graduation car, was a 1988 Corvette that we found in Nacogdoches. $10,000 is what we paid for it. And my mom and dad got it for me, was paying the notes. And then when I started working, I picked up paying the notes and actually paid it off. But that car's long gone now. I wish I still had it, but I sold it because I didn't ever drive it anymore. I converted it to carburetor, and then it sat because other stuff was happening in life that I should have never even got involved in, ex-wife and bullshit. So the car sold, and I sold it cheap because I'm a dummy. But anyway, that car had You know, on the back of C4s, it has a little flip up door. Take that off, you could easily access the fuel pump. Well, from the factory, it had little short rubber lines that connected the fuel pump sending unit to the actual steel fuel line of the car. The little short lines, probably about that long, and they had double clamps on each side because it was fuel pressure. Well, and they weren't even these type of clamps, these solid fuel injection clamps. They were just like regular worm clamps. So I figure if that's good enough for that, maybe one of these fuel injection clamps on this guy will be good enough just to see if it runs and drives good. And then later I can worry about getting the proper safe fuel lines, because that stuff, I mean, it's Gates hose. It'll last for a while, and I'm sure there's hot rods that run on that stuff that are just like, you know, whatever. But me, I like steel fuel lines. You know, as much steel as you can get. You know, it seems like it'll be safer, because that, you know, that rubber hose right there, it'll chafe and rub, and something could cut into it, and then you got fuel spraying all under your truck, car, whatever. Hits a header, hits an exhaust pipe, and boom, there you go. So like I said, this will be a temporary setup for now, just to get this truck running and moving around and seeing how it feels on the road, and mainly just alignment shop. I want to have them check the alignment, check to see if the rear end is straight, check to see if the front end is caster camber, toe, all that can be adjusted, and if it'll come out good, because I did not have an easy way to align the rear end to the frame with the cab and the bed in the way, because I don't have a straight shot for a tape measure to run. But I found a hole in the frame that's the same on both sides. I just ran a tape from there to the axle, but it hit the rear cab mount, which will cause the tape to bow out, so it's not completely accurate. But I mean, I got it dead nuts on both sides. So I mean, it's the fucking best I can do without taking pulling the whole cab and the bed back off, so I can run a tape comfortably to the front. Like, I'd probably run a tape from the axle, the center of the axle hub, to maybe the control arm, somewhere that's the same on both sides of both control arms, like a middle line, just to get the rear end like 100% straight, so it don't dog track or drive sideways and look all ghetto and tweaker. I mean, it already looks tweaker with this bed, but hey, that's the only bed I could find around here that wasn't outrageous. I think I told you guys about the pick and pull. I don't think they're a pick and pull. There's a pick and pull beside them, but the main yard building, I think he will let you go out there, but I wouldn't call it a pick and pull yard. He said his price on a good short wheelbase 99/06 bed with good paint is $1,500. I think I've said that in a previous video. $1,500 for a straight bed with good paint. You're fucking out of your goddamn mind if you're going to pay that much for a fucking bed on a 20-plus-year-old truck, or 20-year-old truck, around 20-year-old truck. What is this, a 2000? Yeah, 23-year-old truck. 15 to 20-year-old truck. So I got this beat up bed from the scrapyard, the scrapyard my aunt works at, $200. I might could have got it cheaper, but I don't know, $200. I straightened the sides up a little bit. I took a 2x4 and bent this side back out to where it's lumpy, but it's pulled out. And how I said the wheels didn't line up with the bed, well, I took a strap from there to there and pulled this out. I think that's where it is on both sides. It was pushed in a little bit. I mean, probably, obviously. But I got it close on both sides, how, you know, the tire, I think I got the piece of wood over here. It's starting to get dark. So, let's see, I got a line on this piece of wood right there. But, you know, I know this isn't going to be 100% like accurate. But you can see that comes to like right there. The line comes to the edge of the fender. And this side is close. I mean, this side is like, it's right there. It's right there. It's right there at it. That's about, this right here, this tool right here is about as accurate as I'm going to get because this bed is all fucked up. You know, only the finest of precision tools to get this shit straight. And I mean, I got the gap. The gap here is close on both sides. It may be a little looser on that side. But again, we're working with this bed right here. It's not going to be perfect. And, you know, the holes, the alignment holes don't line up according to the cab. So, I don't know. The cab really don't have much alignment. When you put the cab mounts down, the hole is only so big for the cab bolt to go through, so there's not much alignment there you can do. I mean, it looks straight. Like, I got the hood shut right now, and well, you can't see, but all the gaps are perfectly straight on this thing. Yeah, no, it's getting dark. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video because this was supposed to be just a short video talking about this cheap fuel line setup that I'm gonna put together just to get this truck to crank and move. But anyway, I guess if any of you, whoever watches this video, has used rubber line like this to completely run an entire vehicle, let me know. And do you think one clamp on this for the fuel injection side will hold? I don't know, but I'm gonna find out. But anyway, that's it. That's the next step. Hopefully in the next video, I can get this truck to crank and run. I know if I spray carb cleaner in the intake, it will turn over and bump and run like for 1 to 2 seconds. So with fuel, it will run. My only thing is, it's got the same key, the same body control module, engine computer, all that's the same, so there shouldn't be any security. There's no security that flashes on the dash when I go to start it, so there shouldn't be any fuel shut off or anything. It obviously has spark. It will run. But anyway, I guess that's it for now. They said we were supposed to get rain at 7 o'clock, but it's past 7 now, and I don't see any rain. No clouds, no nothing. It's starting to dry out again here after that one decent sized rain we got. It wasn't enough, but I don't know. It's just turned into a desert here. All right, thanks for watching. You guys or gals have a great day or night.